Okay, this is Dr. Keith Schaefer's from the SAT Tribe for the Tribal Transportation Authority special call this evening. I'd like to hand the floor over to Nairobi Joy and Addison of the Chaka Tribe.
Go ahead, Nairobi.
Okay, well, first I wanted to thank everybody for participating and actually calling in. We have launched the Peacekeepers Initiative. This is an effort to meet the judge's request regarding police power, and we wanted to explain what the Peacekeeper Initiative was, first and foremost, and then go into some questions regarding what Tribal Transportation Authority does, and answer some of your questions as well. Addison?
Okay. Some of the things that we are looking forward to for TTA is the peacekeeping corps, or peace. Now you got to bear with me because it's been kind of rough with me today. I've been my mind has been everywhere, constantly been toiled and pulled. So let me stay focused here. Hold on just a minute. Can you go ahead, Nairobi? Got another interruption here.
Sure, not a problem. I think we have Edison. Are you back?
Yeah. Yes, I'm back. And so one of the primary purposes is to have a force within our communities, and particularly within the communities of the denizens, or those who they're part of tribes, and to assist in any kinds of needs that may be needed within the community, to work with the local police forces, and that is to say, to work with them, but not necessarily be a part of them. In other words, if there's a situation that's going on, they're having difficulties with someone, and it may be an issue where a life may be lost, and then we'll try to intervene in that situation to prevent that loss of that life. Currently, what we're doing in our own communities is we're providing a force within our communities. Whenever the ladies go to a different place outside the communities, we'll have some protection there to assist. Okay. We good?
Yeah, if you're having a conversation, please mute out.
Okay, and this is also going to provide a source for members to move to other tribes. They could come to TTA to actually apply for a job in one of the tribes if they would like that job. And for instance, we have a few jobs that we're trying to get filled right now. One being the help me out here. I'm driving here, so you gotta help me out. I'm driving, so
I got it. TTA agents. We have of course the tribal marshals. We have administration, different administrative positions, and of course the different trainings. And you have an opportunity to pick and choose where you want to be. I need to stress we have correspondence with the judge, and I need to stress that part of the weight with payout has to do with the fact that there is no police power in place. So the Peacekeeper Initiative is extremely important that everybody participate. Get your family members anybody, everybody can be a part of this so that you can protect your assets and your payout. Right now, we are at about 125 people who have enrolled. All shirts have been ordered. Right now, I'm working on the IDs and getting ready to send out the packages. I'm current with all the emails that I have been receiving, and so we're not close yet. And I believe that the judge wants to see the numbers in the thousands. He wants to see that we've made an effort to do something when it comes to protecting ourselves. It will take some time to put a marshal team together, but we're working on that. But at the base community level, we have many other tribes that are joining us in this initiative so that we can make our presence known. Does anybody have any questions regarding the Peacekeeper Initiative?
Yes, I do. This is Loretta.
Sure.
Okay, so before we can join the Peacekeeper Initiative, we have to first join the tribe.
No, you don't have to join the tribe at all to be a part of the Peacekeeper. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. That's what I was thinking. Great. Thank you.
Right. You would only need to join a tribe if you're going to be getting your tribal IDs. You're going to be getting your driver's license or your license plates for your tags.
Yeah.
This is when you would need to be affiliated with a tribe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so in recruiting other people to join, well, that's the police force. That's not the same thing.
When you apply to be a peacekeeper, on the application we ask, are you interested in becoming a marshal? If you are, you say yes, and you submit your application, your resume at that time. We then process the application and we forward it to the appropriate person. We're trying to move very quickly because we don't want anything to get in the way of our payout. We want to show that we're making an effort, and we come together as several units to get this done. When you think about recruiting others, for me, it's been simple because, again, it's going out into the community and helping. We're not going out. We're going out with compassion, with love. You know, it doesn't hurt us to go and work in a soup kitchen with your peacekeeper shirt. You have your ID. Yeah. It's presence. It's showing your presence. Eventually, at some point, you'll notice. You know, we're still doing our branding, but you will notice and you will know that we're here. And we do this with all the IDs, pretty much with every program that we're putting out there. We're branding our mission.
The importance of the peacekeepers is to have a community of protection right there in the neighborhood that you're in. Also, yes. it provides SAT a group of people to pull from, those who want to volunteer to become a part of the police force, or those who want to submit their resumes to be a part of the police force. And this is how some of the police forces within the tribes will be filling their voids for polices through TTA and through also the peacekeepers.
From what I remember, I think, was there some literature that went along with that? Like
No.
We haven't published any literature yet, just of yet.
Yeah. I mean, like just people who aren't even familiar with anything about it, and like altogether it would be a total of, like, there's the 20 for the ID, and I don't know, however much it is for the shirt, 20 or 30 or something.
The shirts are $27. plus your shipping. They're very basic. All shirts are custom. So when you're ordering your shirt, they're actually being custom made for you. They cannot be returned. They are pretty much true to size. Now, of course, I can't guarantee if somebody believes that they're a small, but they're actually a large. There's nothing I can do about that. But for the most part, it is what it is in size.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for answering my question.
I have a
This is
question. Hi,
Dr.
Nairobi.
Kiefer.
This is. Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Kadri. I had a question in regards to that. So is it possible to provide actual measurements of each size so people have more of an understanding what sizes they're ordering since they're non-refundable?
They're the standard small. It goes from extra small to 5X. But it's actually what's standard. Like when you go into the store and you get a small, it's the same. It's not it's no different.
And these are American sizes?
Yes. They're not, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's just normal sizes.
Yes, Norma, go ahead.
It's just a normal size. Just like
Oh,
the
yes,
store,
the normal sizes.
you know?
That's correct.
Nothing
Yeah,
special,
normal sizes.
nothing out of the ordinary. It's normal.
No.
This is Ingrid, and I don't know what I can contribute, what I can do. So I'm in New Jersey. My son is also here in New Jersey, and we have another friend here. We're all close by within a 20-mile ratio. There's somebody else, another 6-7 miles away from us, so there's 4 here that I know of would probably, well, be very happy and doing whatever we can.
That's great, Ingrid. In
Okay.
fact, that's the purpose of the Peacekeepers Initiative. Consider it this way. You've heard of a neighborhood watch program.
Yes, yeah, I love it.
W- Okay, the Peacekeeper Initiative is similar to that in that it is a local show of people power. Local, because the more numbers that you have, the more strength that you have, the more you can oppose an opposing force. With peace. Gandhi, led an entire revolution without firing a shot.
Right.
And the Peacekeeper movement can be similar to that. However, some of us are armed, and some of us will choose to volunteer to be marshals, to be administration, to be communicators, to be negotiators, to work with other groups, and network. And the more people that we can bring to the table in peace, the better we all are. If you have a family, guess what? You have several members that can be peacekeepers. The requirements for being a peacekeeper is, let's see, you have to have a pulse, so you have to be breathing. You have to be a positive individual.
Yes.
Although I don't know if that's a completely requirement because we accept some peacekeepers that aren't necessarily happy, joy people. So the barrier for becoming a peacekeeper is very low. Basically, if you have good intentions, we want you as a peacekeeper. And from there, we want to work with tribes, within tribes, and between tribes to support one another and help one another. Because, tribal organizations and tribal members are a very small group. And we have a lot of opposition that's out there.
Oh, yes.
So, by getting a... And you start at a local level, you start with your own community, and you expand from there. And we are reaching globally. So this isn't just, you know, a United States movement. This is an international peacekeeper movement.
Awesome.
And it's not just a movement, it's an evolution. As we become more global citizens and denizens as we become tribal members.
Yeah.
And the ultimate goal is get ourselves safe, create a community of cooperation, peace, and get our monetized funds as well.
Yeah.
Because this is a critical piece of that puzzle.
Yes, Keith, if I could chime in for a minute. Also,
certainly,
with regard to TTA and Peacekeeper IDs, that's not to be confused with, you know, actual tribal drivers from, you know, the drivers.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It's not
have been
tribal membership yet. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, some folks were questioning whether or not you could take TTA ID and go rent a car or something. It's not that type of ID. It just
no, that's common sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, common sense these days is an endangered species, and it's not so common.
I heard you
so
say
that's why we have to answer those type of questions. Well, thank you for being with us, Ingrid.
Thank you. And I know we have about, last time I had communicated with some people here from New Jersey, we have over 20 people here in New Jersey. New Jersey is a small state, so that's pretty good, I think.
That's fantastic.
So.
And we can always get more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. It's one, and then it's going to multiply, and then it's going to take off. It's just getting it going. That's where it is slow.
And that's where we're at right now.
Fantastic job. And I think you've done outstanding. It's fantastic that this is in motion now. So I'm excited for it.
I am too. That's why I'm here with Nairobi and Addison and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any other questions?
Yes, this is Connie. I was wondering, is there another payment option? I can't use PayPal.
If you email me, currently right now the situation is you can mail in a money order, and we're using PayPal. We're trying to, in an effort to not use the Cabal system. What happens with Stripe, and it puts me back into the system, and we're trying to avoid it. So we're trying to find another way. So right now, the two options is either you mail a money order, you follow the steps, you place your order, but you don't pay it through your credit card or through PayPal. You print it, and then you mail it in with your money order. We can still process your paperwork.
Oh, okay. We'll do
and
that.
if you email me, I can send you the mailing address.
Oh, great. Can I, to which email? Who do I email? Nairobi?
They're not, right, yes.
Okay, I'll email you back then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Nairobi. This is Bob in California. I tried emailing you on the 17th and 23rd, and I haven't got a response yet, so I have the same problem. PayPal won't accept my debit card. I got rid of all my Cabal accounts, and I only have one debit card with where I work. It's a legitimate debit card, but for some reason PayPal is not accepting it. They must be Cabal-ing too. I don't know.
Bob, I believe I responded to your email.
Oh, I got nothing.
Okay.
You might want to check your spam folder.
Yeah, it may be there because I responded to all the emails. And again, if you are not able to pay through PayPal, you can send it through, we can process a money order, and you can mail it.
Oh, okay.
But you're not ever going to go to a debit card system? Because I'm over-the-road truck driver, and I just don't have access to purchasing money orders and the mail. Like
we're working on it.
Old-fashioned. Okay.
We're working on it.
I submitted everything, but I couldn't. I really wanted to get everything, but you know.
If you can go to a post office, you can get a money order at a post office.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't
7-Eleven.
have that opportunity. I don't have those opportunities being out on the road like this.
Also, you got
the,
you also have the grocery stores such as Safeways and Albertsons, and they all do them.
Yeah, but like I said, on the highway they don't have anything. Okay. Yeah, is it possible if you could send the email with the address again, Nairobi? I'm sorry to bother you with that.
No, I don't have a problem. I would prefer that you email me, and I will send you the address. I don't have any problem.
I'll do that again. Okay, thank you, and I'm sorry for taking so much time.
No, it's okay.
Okay, thanks.
Hello?
Getting problems solved is not a problem.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, who's this?
My name is Shukriya from New Jersey. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Nairobi, I'm having a problem. I have Yahoo. My emails keep coming back. When you send me an email, I got the address, but when I send you one, it won't go through, so I mail my payment in along with everything else, okay?
Okay. Once I receive it, I will be able to email you. I will email you to let you know that I received it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there any other questions regarding Peacekeepers?
I have a question.
Sure.
In regards to the photos, is it possible we can mail the photo to you instead of going through that computer, the uploading and all that?
If you're going to mail it to me, I'm going to need you to put your invoice number on it, your name and your invoice number, so I can match it. What's happening is I'm receiving applications, but I'm not receiving the invoices, and so I'm receiving invoices in one name, and we're having trouble matching it to.
Somebody hang up their Skype. Thank you.
Okay. I guess I'm going to need a mailing address.
If you email me, I will be able to give you the email. The mailing address.
Okay. And what's your email address again?
It's Nairubi, NYRUBIJOI @tribaltransportationauthority.com.
And also, who's speaking right now to you, Nairobi?
Sorry about that. It's Tez in Illinois.
Tez, yeah.
TribalTransportationAuthority.com.
Yes, Tez. Did you send me a picture?
No, I didn't, but I paid for my shirt and ID.
Okay.
But I didn't send the picture yet. I was waiting on the call this evening to ask you, would it be possible if I could mail it to you instead?
Sure. Okay. All right. Now let me. You can use a white background wall, and just take a picture.
Yeah, I was planning on doing that. And once I got the picture, then I was going to mail it to you.
Okay. Not a problem.
And you said you needed a invoice number?
Right. So I can match it. See, if you ordered when you ordered your shirt, your receipt has an invoice number on it.
Okay, is that 6-digit number?
No, it would either say It would say 55. It would say 44. I'm not quite sure. I can look it up, but if you email me, I'll be able to look up your number and tell you what it is.
Okay, because I did pay for it through, I was able to do the PayPal. I was able to do that, and the only thing that I got was a 6-digit number. I think it was it wasn't a, I don't
maybe
know
a 5-digit number?
It was either a 5-digit or a 6-digit number.
That's the number I need. Yes.
Okay, that's the number you need? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Nairobi. Hi, Nairobi.
Hi, how are you?
This is Connie again. Quick question on, I have a son that's 15 years old. He's a member also, and also my 13-year-old daughter. Now, can I get IDs for them too?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
The IDs say that they are peacekeepers and they are affiliates of the tribe. So it doesn't have your address on it. It has an ID number, but it's not like your regular ID card. It just has your picture. It says peacekeeper and an ID number.
Okay, so later on, you know how the cabal or the system has their driving lesson or their driving classes, courses, and will in the future for our new generation, will the tribe be able to have those? Or my question is, will my kids be able to drive with a future license from here at the Sat tribe? Or
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. They would learn, and they would take the driving test the same way. The process is still the same. It's just tribal.
Okay, great.
So one of the things I wanted to explain to everyone, TTA, which is Tribal Transportation Authority, we're a facilitator. We're the government agency for many of the tribes. We create a partnership with the tribes to facilitate their laws. So I get a lot of emails asking questions regarding the different rules. The license, the authorization card that you receive, it's designed according to what I was given by the tribes. I don't just, I'm able to verify the information, but I don't just create it. It's not just a card that I made up. It doesn't hold any weight if the tribe don't approve it. That's why it has my seal, the TTA seal, it has the tribal seal, you have your tribal ID number. We have to verify that information. The card is invalid if there's no laws to support that card. And that's what me and all of the other tribes, when we're sitting down and we're coming together, the council meets to create those laws. And those laws only apply to those tribes that are participating. Am I
Give an example, for instance, Chaka already has in motion its system as far as the identification card, the certificate of live birth, these are just a few of some of the things that we already have in place. Our laws are already in place. Our policies, our statutes, those are in place. There's some areas that we're still developing, but that's kind of where we are now.
So with TTA, what we do is we inform. When our TTA agents go out into the community and talk to those outside agencies and inform them of what it is, what our authorization cards look like. They're the ones that educate the faith-based organizations, your other government agencies, to let them know that these cards are valid. These plates, these tags are valid. This registration is valid. The rule, and there is a law in place that says that a tribe can have its own laws when it comes to driving. It can have its own registration, tags and all, but it must match federal. So saying that you're in a tribe doesn't mean that you should drive and your tail lights are out. You might not be able to get a ticket from the cabal, but you can still get a ticket from the tribal marshal. You still have to meet safety measures. So if you have a suspended license because of for a DUI, you're not going to be able to come to TTA and say, by the way, can I get another tribal license because I'm in the tribe, but my license has been suspended because of DUI. We won't issue that license. You would have to go through some measures. You might have to go back and take the test over. We're not sure, but those are the laws that are being put in place so that we can support all of those issues. Do I have any questions?
Yes. I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, this is Devin from Florida. I just have a question about the registrations and the title. So are we going, or will TTA have their own registration? Or are we still going to use like state titles? Oh, okay.
No, you'll receive, when you come in, you have to rescind. You can't have both. So the part of that, and we'll offer that service as well. If you haven't already rescinded, you can someone from our office can put those letters out for you. You have to have a valid driver's license. You have to have a clean, valid driver's license, I should say. When you rescind your contract, then we're issuing you registration tags, title. If you don't own your vehicle, then there'll be a lien until you do, placed on that, but it's done through the tribal, through our office. So there's still some guidelines that we have to meet, and all of those things are the laws that we sit down and we put together to make sure that it's in place.
So in other words, we would have like a tribal title and a tribal registration?
Correct.
That's going to be basically made from the MSO or the or the MCO from that vehicle?
Right, and tags. Now you have people who have leased vehicles and finance. They don't have an MCO, so they can still register their vehicle. We would just still have to. We would work with that finance company that you finance the vehicle and put a lien on there until it's paid up. Then the lien is removed. You get your documents and your title.
So, and the reason why I'm asking is I have some experience working in the DMV, and my question, just like you said, say I purchase a vehicle from a dealership. If I'm tribal, the dealership is going to do the paperwork, which means that they're going to put that vehicle under a Florida, or I'm in Florida, so they're going to put it under like a Florida title and a Florida registration. However, if I'm tribal, are we going to have something set up to whereas the dealership will, because the MSO is going to be with the dealership. If it's a brand new car, that MSO is going to be with the dealership. So,
but we want it with you.
The thing is, they're not going to release it to us. More than likely, they will release it to you if I'm putting a lien on it.
Are you putting a lien on it? You're referring to the manufacturer statement of origin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. You just bought a new car. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just bought a new car.
Okay. If you just bought a new car, you should be requesting that at the same time that you are, and particularly if you're a part of a tribe, you should already be requesting that. And if you can't get it, then yes, I think TTA will be a help to help you get that. But being a part of a tribe, you should easily be able to get that. But if you're registering with the state, then that may be a little bit more difficult.
Right. I was trying to create a scenario like, you know, if I'm a tribal member and I go purchase a vehicle, I don't have the money to pay it outright, but, you know, there's going to be a lien on it. So I guess I was trying to, you know, understand the process of how would you take the MSO, because the MSO is going to be at the dealership. Now, is there some type of way that TTA can set something up with the dealership or, you know, with the person that's purchasing the car so that you guys do the registration instead of it going through the state at the dealership?
Right. That's. Go ahead.
No, well, we're working on that now. That's a part of what we meet while we're meeting. We're talking about that. I can't answer and give you steps as to how we're going to do it. It's just one of those things that we're still trying to create the laws and the process so that we can inform them and help assist in getting it for you.
Okay. Well, one of the processes that we're putting in place is an MOU, and also the hold up, I'm gonna have to chime out real quick. I'm on. Okay, sorry about that. I am in the middle of a whole lot of snow, so that's why I'm running into these problems real quick. All right, so an MOA or MOU is what you're going to need, and which is going to be, and then a constructive notice that you'll be sending down. The TTA will be sending down to the place that you're going to be buying that vehicle from. You follow? That is one way that we can do it. Now, we haven't said that this is the way it's going to go, but that is one way that you can do that, is doing an MOA or an MOU, and then with the constructive notice. See, what they would have to know, they would have to know your laws, and they would have to know that you're part of a tribe. And when they know that, then they can sell that vehicle to you, understanding that you're a part of a tribe and not a part of the United States government. So that's the determination right there.
Addison, if you wouldn't mind, for those who may still not exactly know the MOU, et cetera, can you
okay, it's just a simple memorandum of understanding or memorandum of agreement. This is what we're going to be using, and not only just those two pieces of those letters, but also a constructive notice. Constructive notice, what it has on it is who you are, who you're representing, and it lets them know that you are a tribe. It gives them your laws, explaining that you are not a part of the United States, and you also are required to be able to purchase from these individuals. If they don't want to accept that, then you go down to the next place. But most of them do. From what I know, most of them do. But they're not just going to accept it from every Tom, John, and Harry. So I have to put it that way. But from TTA being an authority of the tribes, that will be easily worked out. But I have bought vehicles, brand new vehicles, from the manufacturer itself, just with a constructive notice and memorandum of understanding.
And if I can add in there a simple way of understanding that, another name for those are contracts.
Right.
Did that answer your question?
Thank you, Addison. Yes, it did. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome.
Hi, Nairobi. This is Kadri again. I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
The first one is, for those who are already SATTP tribal members and have rescinded their contract with the states and the Fed, how soon will we be able to receive our travelers' authorization cards for those of us who are literally driving without driver's licenses right now?
Okay.
Are you a part of a tribe? I'll let Nairobi try.
Yes, she is. I am familiar. I'm very familiar. She is one of our first. Okay, so there's a few things. Right now, if you are a full tribal member, you can receive you can receive the tribal ID through TTA. You can receive your certificate of conception, which I noticed you already applied for. With respect to the registration, the tags, and the authorization card, the driving authorization card, it takes about 8 weeks to order the tags and to process and get everything in place. And again, since we're still working on some of the laws, they have to go in with the laws to support your documents. We can start the process, but this is a part of what I wanted to talk about tonight. I wanted to tell everyone individually because it's your choice if you want to start the process or if you want to wait. I know that you do not have an actual ID, and that you can get now.
Yes. Okay. And then my other question, because I know I'm going to get this question when I start spreading the word to other people in my community, is there a website or some form of resource for those newbies who are interested in learning more about the Chaka tribe?
Yes. What you'll be able to do is if you go onto the TTA site, there's a section there that says our partners. When you click on it, it's not there yet, but just give me a day or two. You'll be able to click on it, on their logo, and it'll take you straight into their site.
Okay, perfect.
And it will be under About, and you'll see where it says Partners, and that goes for any of our tribal partners. You will be able to see their logo on right below. When you click on it, there'll be a link right underneath. We're work in progress. We pushed this out, and we wanted to be able to accommodate everybody, of course, try to get our payouts, but get to that second step where for those who are already tribal members, you can get your documentation. You can start. So our site is work in progress, but we're growing.
Yes, thank you
but
so
you
much.
Will be able
and we
to find
appreciate
what you need.
you. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the team and everyone who's working hard to do this. So thank you.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, just take a little bit of lead out of your foot. You should be fine. Come on. We needed a break and laugh there.
Terrible.
Now remember, you're not actually driving. You are traveling or moving from one location to another.
Yes, that's correct.
You are not engaged in commerce, which is what a driver is. Someone that's driving a truck, delivering a pizza, or being an Uber or a Lyft driver. It's a job title.
Now, let me say something. While there's no law that says that you have the right to travel, my position is there is a difference between being stopped and having your documentation not being held up because it's there. You don't have to argue, fuss, fight. You know, an officer will look at it. He knows that this is legitimate documentation. Your tags are legitimate. Everything on there, they know about it, and they let you go. There's a difference between you having nothing. You have tribal members right now who are using regular driver's license, and they're sovereign. So what would give us the right to think that we could just, I mean, you can plead your case, but I don't want to be held up. I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Right. The bottom line is you'll be fighting an uphill battle, like so many have been, trying to convince the police that you're this and you're that. That ain't gonna work. On the back of those driver authorization cards, you're gonna have all your laws that's gonna cover you, and then they could easily do two things. They could either call, or they could take that card and scan it just like they do a regular driver's license and see your data and know who you are and what tribe that you're from.
And also, on those cards, there will be also associated with that would be the USC, 18 USC codes will be right there with it, which is something that we're all being suggested by the judge that you should learn those 4 statutes and have them memorized so that you know what to say when you do encounter someone like that stopping you.
And I should add to that, it's actually on the back of your Peacekeeper cards as well. Those codes are there so you can defend yourself with that as well.
And the question would be...
This is Rich. I have a question from California. So I have a couple classic cards.
Okay, there's a couple of people talking right now. Can we have Richard asking his question, or the other people that are having a conversation, could you please either ask a question or let Richard ask his? Thank you.
Well,
go ahead, Richard.
I don't know if you want the ladies to go first or not.
Okay, so my question was that I live in California, and I have a couple of classic cars, and I think in the early comments you were saying we had to comply within the state that we live in order to drive the vehicle. I guess my
No, I don't. We didn't say that.
Are you a tribal member, Richard?
No, I'm not a tribal member. No, I'm not.
Okay.
Then you have to comply with your state.
Yes.
Until then.
Okay. But the tribal peacekeepers, you spoke about the membership, and that will all get you classified if you want to drive your vehicle, right?
No,
the Peacekeeper ID is something completely separate from a travel permit.
So we have to become a tribal member first in order to get away from the cabal.
Correct.
Okay.
Richard, if I might, I know we've said it a couple of different ways, but in essence, when you become a member of a tribe, doesn't matter which one, if it was SAT or another tribe, you have documentation that verifies you as a member of that tribe. When you have that documentation, you can then apply to TTA to get your paperwork instead of going to like a DMV. You can go there, but it has to be verifiable that you are with a particular tribe. Once that is done, then you can be issued, and if the tribe that you're a part of has entered into a agreement, treaty with TTA, then their logo along with your other information will show up on that document, on that driver's authorization card. Now, with regard to the Peacekeepers, that is a separate initiative that we're doing that's global. It has nothing to do with driving your car. It's strictly showing that you have affiliations with one or more tribes, and you are a part of a grassroots movement that is coming together to help people at a grassroots level. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does. So is there like become part of, I guess that's the foundation, is becoming the Peacekeeper, and then once the payout, then we actually become a tribal member, so everything will fall into place, basically.
You can become...
Unless you choose to become a tribal member beforehand. You certainly have that opportunity with the $5,000 program, with the $65 a month program. There's several initiatives for becoming a tribal member. However, you don't actually become a tribal member until we reach 10,000 with the $65 a month program.
Yeah, and I did sign up for that, the $65.
But you do have tribes out there that's already in place that you can get your documents. I'm just throwing that out there. You know, that there are other tribes out there that currently have their documents already that you can actually become a tribal member.
And there are other ways of becoming a non-cabal member as well, but they're a whole lot more work, and you're going on your own completely at that route, which doesn't have the security of a tribe or benefits.
Keith?
Yes.
There was a lady who was trying to ask a question. I'd like to hear from her, if I may.
Yes, I apologize. I did kind of cut the lady off because I think there were a couple of ladies that might have had a question there as well, but they were talking over each other. So the ladies that might have had a question, if you could please speak up now.
Yes, hi. This is Phyllis in Florida.
Hi, Phyllis. What's your question?
Hi. Well, basically, I'm curious. I'm on the website, the TTA website, and I know earlier you said that for the police force, we're in need of people for communicators, administration. Where can I go to find out, or where can I go to apply? I'm sorry?
Okay. So right now, on the TTA site, there is only a job description for the tribal transportation agents. But you can submit your resume, and what we're doing is we're going through everyone's resume, and if there's a position that meets or fits your resume, we may make the recommendation and say, hey, are you interested in participating in or working in this department? Is it something of interest to you? But we're just encouraging everyone to submit their resume. Or if there's a position that you would like and you think you would be good at, you just pretty much send us a note or letter that says, hey, this is what I'm interested in.
Okay, so I will send it to your email.
You can send it to my email, yes, and I will forward it where it needs to go.
Okay, because I see your email here on the site also. I've found it, and partnership with it. I'm kind of interested in the area where you have here partners. When you say partners, are you speaking of other tribes that want to partner with TTA?
I'm speaking of other tribes. I'm speaking of anybody who has something that they wish to offer. You have to understand, TTA is comprises of SAT members. So that's something I want everybody to know and understand. When I came into the program, I thought about what it is that I want to contribute, and I knew what my strengths were. And I went out and I proposed it, I put it together, and I got my team together, and here we are. So it has become international because everyone here believes in our product. And you know, we thrive off of customer service and making sure that we answer and we're able to be respectful and so on and so forth. So if you have a product that you think people can benefit from, by all means, send us a letter and put it out there. I'm going to always encourage everyone to put out your product, put out your business.
Right. I know, like, I think at this point, after studying and really doing a lot of research on our site, we really, in order to function properly, we all need to be working as a unit in some area of our group, in some area in either the police force or in communication, something. Everyone that is, in my opinion, that is a Monitors member should really be doing something to propel the movement, because it's not just about the payout. It's about the freedom. It's about the freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting free from bondage. So this is where I'm at. You know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, but, you know, I can speak. You know, that's one of the things I do. You know, I can make phone calls. I can do things that, you know, might need to be doing, filing. I know how to use every kind of office equipment out there. So, you know, this is what I just kind of want to encourage, because I think some people think when you say police force or peacekeeping force, they think they got to be able to, you know, be so tough and carrying whatever they got to carry in their hip. And everyone needs to knows about, those that can go to the corner and talk to someone and get the flyers out. You know what I mean? Also.
Right. That was something that's something I failed to explain. But that's exactly what the peacekeepers are doing. Just what you're saying. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter. It's what you can do. If you can speak, if you can write, if you can type, whatever it is that you can do is welcome.
Right. Right. Okay. Cool.
Ms. Phyllis?
Yes, ma'am.
May I ask, are you a full tribal member?
No, I'm in this. Well, I will be. I'm in the $65 a month program. I'm going to be ordering my ID and everything by the end of the month, because what I have over here, I have, several family members. It's at least around 10 of us that we're getting ready to, jump in onto getting our IDs and our T-shirts and everything like that. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, it's several of us that we work together. We and really are for this cause. So we'll be there. We're in the process.
I would tell you, if there's something that you think when you email me or your picture, send me a note. Let me know. I read everything and look forward. When we're looking for help, we send it to the appropriate people, and we're always looking for help.
Great. No problem. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert?
All right. Was there another lady that had a question that was asking earlier just before we go to you, sir?
I have one.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Pira from New Zealand.
Hello, Pira.
Nairobi. Hi.
Yes.
Hi. Nairobi, would what the setup, it's actually brilliant what I'm hearing, would that apply to us here in New Zealand with our own laws introduced behind the ID cards? How will it work for us in New Zealand?
Addison, you want to answer that question?
Absolutely. It's pretty much the same way, but you would have to join a tribe there in New Zealand, and also you would need to make sure that they have the local laws that apply to you as a tribe. And that's the piece that would affect you in that area. Do you know of a tribe, or is there a tribe there that you can join? Are you a part of a tribe?
I am already part of a tribe in Aotearoa.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful.
How can it jive? How can it gel for us here in New Zealand with our own, I guess, laws? I can see the concept actually working. How you've created peacekeepers and then moving it to marshals, or working out with all the applications that come in.
What I would like to do is I would like to work with your leaders there and show how we can put that together where they can implement that as a part of their tribe. And then TTA will be also your authority as well in New Zealand, because this is an international service that we're providing.
Yep, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you can, please email me so I know I can identify who you are and we can go back and forth.
Yep, Nairobi, I have been in touch with you.
What is your name?
Pira Chadwick, Tiffany Chadwick.
Yes. Yes, thank you. I have it.
Thank you.
So we will be in touch. Thank you.
Brilliant.
All right, the gentleman that had a question, let's go to you. I believe it was Richard.
Robert, is that me you're referring to?
Okay, Robert.
Sorry?
Let's go with you, Robert. I thought it was Richard, but I could have misheard.
No, it's Robert in Australia. Last caller beat me to it a little bit. My question was about the tribal travel cards and how it applies to us in Australia. But I'm not a tribal member yet. But you said that the applicable laws, will be written on the reverse side. So will they change? Will that change for Australian members or international members?
Yes, those laws.
Yes,
it would be the law. Mm-hmm.
It would have to be the laws for the particular tribe that you would become a member of. Okay. And I believe the judge knows a number of Aboriginal chieftains down there.
Yes, the judge said he could assist us with that. Just I live in a very, very small country town, and I know that if I got pulled up, the police would just be bewildered if I quoted, it'd be an interesting encounter anyway.
If I could chime in for a moment, Robert, I do know from past conversations, and this is Charles from Arizona, I've heard the judge is very, very fluent with the particular statutes that apply to Australia as well as down in New Zealand. So, the applicable statutes for Australia would be the ones that would be associated with your IDs there, so that you would not have any problems when you're pulled over.
Okay. Exciting. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right. Are there any other questions? Go ahead, ma'am.
Keith, it's Yvonne.
Hey, Yvonne.
Hey, I just wanted to add something. I think it's so exciting that we have the opportunity to all become peacekeepers and have something that will start conversations with, no matter where we wear it. People, I'm sure, will want to know a little bit more about it. Those are the great opportunities that we have to tell them, not just about being a peacekeeper, but being a tribal member and why it's important to us. And maybe we can not convince anybody, but just start opening people's minds a little bit, because I know it's difficult. I've been seeing some posts on Facebook. People say, well, I'm trying, talk to this and that, neighbors and friends and relatives, and they shut me down. Okay, that's fine. But when you go out and you're doing something, maybe even some volunteer work, as Hirobi suggested that we use our peacekeeper shirts when we do something of that nature, then we have that opportunity, and we can get people's interest again, spike up a conversation, just something, and maybe introduce some of our programs, maybe the monetized, maybe the $65, maybe the lost home, and build from there. Maybe we won't get them to sign up as a tribal member right away or a peacekeeper, but we've started that conversation. And maybe we can open some eyes. That's all I'm trying to say.
Can I add on to what you're saying there?
Please do. I'm done. I'll mute myself.
Okay. When we're going out and talking to people, we should not go out trying to convince them of anything. Just share your story. Just tell your story. Share your experiences. Don't go out to try to convince anybody to join this or join that. People hate being sold to, but they love to buy things. And when you share your story and your successes that you're having, you're just sharing your story. And by telling stories is the most ancient form of communication and learning there is. Just tell your story to people. And it's up to them to decide whether they want to join a tribe or not, if they're willing to step up and start thinking for themselves. And another thing is never try to do anything for someone that they can do it for themselves. You keep those things in mind, you're just going to get along with people. And that's just some wisdom from growing up around the world that I wanted to share with you. That, and we're all people. We just have different cultures and different traditions. But ultimately, we all want to be loved, want to have our needs met, be wealthy, be famous. We all have the same needs. No matter where at you are on the planet, what color skin, it doesn't matter. We're all humans. And when we start learning to be better humans, the colors disappear. The differences disappear. Just be. Quit worrying about being this or being that. Just be. And I'm going to shut up now because we're a quarter after the hour. We've had a great call tonight.
Keith?
Yes.
Before everybody goes, there's one thing that TTA have put together. I'm not sure if you're familiar, and I'm sure that she might be on this call, Miss Gina Ellinger. There's a situation going on with her family, and as part of the Peacekeeper Initiative, TTA has, TTA and along with Addison, we've put together a donation, and we wanted to offer it to Miss Ellinger to just help her with her cause and let her know that she does have family here. And if anybody is interested in contributing, it could be $1, $2, $5. We encourage you. We'll put a GoFundMe site on the Nairobi Facebook page. You can go on and contribute and help. But we just wanted her to know that she does have family, and it's not because of a payout, but we're here for the cause, and this is what peacekeepers do.
Absolutely.
This is Tina. Listen, I'm so touched I can barely even talk, but I don't want anybody to donate for me, please, because there's so many that need it more even than me, and I really want to focus on those that are in one stage worse than where we're at. We're hanging on right now. We're hanging on. I mean, we're just right there on the edge. We're hanging on. We're okay. We're right there. But if there's others that are barely hanging on, I mean, they're really, really not even in a comfortable house anymore. They're not even able, to live normally anymore. Those are the people that I really hope that we could do this for. That was my goal and my wish in this. And then when we're in crisis to the point where we're right there, with them, actually losing things, actually going down, then I will reach out again if we get to that point. But maybe we'll make it. Maybe we'll make it. Some of these people have not made it. They're already down. They're already where I'm afraid to be, where I'm panicking about right now, thinking I'm going to go there, and I'm scared. But they're there already, and we have to help them. And I can't. And so that's my goal. That's my goal. Thank you so much. I'm very touched, very, very touched beyond anything I can express.
Wow. I'm gonna say again, this is what peacekeepers. This is what we are, and we are here. We're here for anybody and everybody. We do what we can. And you should never feel bad. You may not be able to do it on the monetized page. You can always go on our Ruby page, and you can always you can post, and no one is going to shut you down or make you feel any kind of way for being in your situation. There is no judgment here. So we encourage everybody to fund us on the Nairobi page and add TTA to your page, and let's make this a movement.
That's just beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so encouraged. I can't even tell you. I feel like we can make it just knowing we have such a backing behind us, and I feel so much more secure, like I can breathe a little bit. I felt so lost and alone in this, and now I feel like I've got a whole team that might, come to my rescue if something really, really, really bad happens. Right now, we're just so close. We're like right on the edge. So I just really think let's reach out to those that I know for a fact are right there already. They're already at the lowest point you can go, and they're just so struggling so hard. And I feel like we're right on the brink of that, but we're okay.
We're all here for you. We're all here for you.
We're here for you, Gina, and it's okay to accept a helping hand.
You and Stephen both.
Life isn't meant to be a struggle. If we all work together, we can help each other out.
Steve is right here on the call. I think maybe he wants to just say hello, okay? Here he is.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your consideration and your love, and we love you right back for it.
Wow.
Welcome, Stephen.
Wow. Thank you.
Hope you can hear me okay. My Parkinson's makes my voice.
We can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Wow.
You hang in there, brother. We're here for you.
And I should be able to make the house payment maybe another month or so.
Well, hopefully
I think, bless him, Lord.
Hopefully we get some good news here within a month or so.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want to do everything we can to help with the police force and so on. We need more instruction.
Well, Stephen, they're going to need some good dental work at some point, so that's something you can keep in mind.
I'm an optometrist.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
Yeah. Well, be glad to help out that way.
Well, we all need to see.
If we could hold on to the business, he wouldn't lose all his equipment and everything that he'd be able to do eye exams for the rest of his life, and if he still could, or at least have someone do it. He's got all the equipment to do it, but we're going to lose it all. If we can't hang in there for another couple months, we're going to lose everything, and it's just so devastating to think that we built all this together for so long now. 30 years we've been together, and we built it, and now it's going to slip right out of our hands. It's so sad because we could do so much for the community.
So with that being said, we can pay this forward and continue on with that GoFundMe, because you guys can bring some races back to this community as well.
I have so much to offer. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
That's a great idea.
All right. Well, this is what, again, I will put it on the Nairobi page. So I'm going to encourage everybody, those who can, we appreciate if you can, it's fine too. But it will be on the Nairobi page. You can ask, just friend me, and we'll just, again, this is what peacekeepers do. We'll keep it moving.
In fact, this is what the monetized movement is about, is helping others.
We got you from Houston.
Let's just hope we don't need it. Thank you so much. I mean, right now we're still okay. We're still above water right now. We're right there on the edge, but we're above water. But let's just hope we don't need it. That's my
Gina,
goal.
there's a wise saying in the desert: you dig the well before you need it.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to take before everybody else has gotten what they need. Anyway,
that's why we will give what we give.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
And just accept it.
We're all here with you. We're all here with you. So just know that.
Just please accept it.
I'm just thrilled to know you people. I'm just thrilled. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
You're welcome. Certainly welcome.
Keith, we're sitting at about an hour and 23 right now. What do you say?
I was about to say, I think unless Nairobi or Addison have anything to add, I think this is a great place to end this call on a positive note.
Yes.
Well, I just want to.
Go ahead.
I just want to simply state that we need to be on a very vicious. I'm using that word in like form towards recruiting, towards bringing people in to be a part of the peacekeeping corps, and also to understand how this whole piece is going to work. Even after payout has happened, we're still going to continue to operate. This is going to be a support not just for the tribe, but also for the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If I could share, we would like to move like we have a purpose, like gazelles that are being hunted, because we are.
Yeah.
And we want to get after it and share this message with everybody we can.
Yeah.
If they are breathing, we want to talk with them.
Yeah.
Talk to your church, talk to your friends, talk at the gas station. If you're going at the grocery store, just strike up a conversation with people.
Is Monty still on the call?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Monty, I hadn't heard you back there. I just wanted to know if you were still there.
Yes, I am there. Okay.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight to the Tribal Transportation Authority call.